Today we're going to talk about long division, more so polynomial long division. In doing that, I want to begin with just a regular third grade long division problem. And it looks like this. 30 divided into, we're doing this long division, 76 13. 30 divided into 7613. Now, in order to do that, let's go back and just remember that we would say 30 will go into 76, and that will be 2 times. Then you're going to multiply 2 times 30. Well, 2 times 30 is 60. Then we have a little saying that says, draw the line and change the sign. So we're going to subtract right here. 76 minus 60 is 16. Bring down this next digit, which is 1. Then you start over. 30 will go into 161 5 times. 5 times 30 is 150. Draw the line and change the sign and subtract. So when you subtract, you have 11. And then you're going to bring down that last digit, 3. Start over. 30 will go into 113 3 times. 3 times 30 is 90. Draw the line, change the sign, and subtract. So 3 and then 11 minus 9 is 2. So I have this remainder of 23. Now we don't use r here. We use this as a fraction. We're going to write this remainder as a fraction of 23 over our divisor. In this case, it's 30. So there is our long division. And we're going to do the same thing with polynomials, and we're going to follow that same process. So here's our first problem with the polynomial. We have this polynomial divided by this binomial right here. We're going to set it up the same exact way. So we have x minus 5 divided into x cubed minus 8x squared plus 17x minus 10. And in doing that, we're going to look mainly at the first term right here. I'm going to say, what times x will give me x cubed? What times x will give me x cubed? And I'm going to move all of this up out of the way. Well, I think I'm going to move it out of the way. Okay, so what times x will give me x cubed? Well, that's going to be x squared. And I'm going to write it right above the x cubed. Then I'm going to multiply, but when I multiply, I have to distribute to both of those terms, to the binomial. So x squared times x is x cubed. X squared times negative 5 is negative 5x squared. Then we're going to draw the line, and we're going to change both signs, negative, positive. And I'm going to combine like terms. The x cubes are going to cancel. Every time that first term will cancel. Then I add it up. Negative 8 and positive 5 is a negative 3x squared. Bring down the next term, positive 17x. And we start over. What times x will give us negative 3x squared? I want the very same term. So negative 3x will give us that, when I multiply, will give us that negative 3x squared. So let's multiply. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x squared. Negative 3x times 5 is a positive 15x. Draw the line, change both signs, positive and negative, and what's going to happen is the first two terms are going to cancel. That's what we want. Bring down that last term. When we add these together, I'm sorry, so this is going to be 2x. Bring down that last term, and it's going to be minus 10. So I've added those together. I start over. What times x gives me 2x? It's going to be 2, a positive 2. So I have that plus 2 here. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. Draw the line, change both signs, and what happens in this case, both cancel, and I have no remainder. So this trinomial here turns out to be my answer. So this trinomial here, let me get all this cleaned up, is my final answer. Now there's several things that I want to look at as we're looking at this. One, if you want to check this, if you want to check it, you would simply say your divisor x minus 5 times this trinomial, and I marked out one of my exponents there, times this trinomial, x squared minus 3x plus 2. You would do like a megafoil. You would distribute the x and you would distribute the negative 5, and that's going to give you this number right here. So you can check it and see and know that you're right. The other things I want you to notice is, as I'm going down through here and things are canceling, I must have all of my exponents starting from least to greatest. What I mean there is this. I have x to the third, x to the second, x to the first, and then I have here my constant. You must have all of these in there included. If you don't, you're going to have to add in a 0x squared or a 0x so that you will have everything in decreasing power. You have to have all your exponents. That way everything lines up and you can see how it's going to subtract and it's going to end up with, in this case, no remainder. Had you had a remainder, you would have put whatever that number is over this binomial x minus 5. Another thing to note is that your answer is also going to be in decreasing power. Your answer will be in decreasing power. So this is just a quick overview of how to get started on dividing long division of polynomials. I think it's a good place to break, and we'll do a couple more examples.